Hi there everybody and welcome back to another video on the Toon Review YouTube channel, where today we're going to be talking about the fallout from the Arsenal game, because I think that needs, quite frankly, addressing. We shouldn't really resort to responding to this, but it's the way that Newcastle United have been spoken about. The fans as well have been hammered, and I just get sick of it. I get really sick of it because of this entitlement that these so-called top six clubs have to have. They expected Newcastle United to go to the Emirates last night and just roll over and let Arsenal score. Why the hell should we do that? So take it as a warning to the rest of the Premier League. Anyone that goes to the Emirates this season, you have to let Arsenal win, right? Otherwise, they'll kick off and cry everywhere. I mean, let's start off with Mr. Arteta, who I actually had a lot of respect for before the game. His behaviour last night on the touchline was bordering disgraceful, if not disgraceful, right? It's simple as that. Basically, the last time we saw a manager behaving like that was, of course, Clippity Clop on the sidelines for Liverpool, barking at the fourth official, barking at the referee. And there was a point made, I think, on social media during the game, and I saw it last night. Somebody commented saying, Arteta's trying to manage Arsenal as well as referee the game. And that was exactly how it was. Literally almost in tears, running up, jumping up and down like a spoiled little kid in the middle of a supermarket. I mean, get over it. It's absolutely ridiculous. And there's Eddie Howe, the perfect gentleman on the sidelines. He tries to calm the situation down in the second half with Arteta, and then Arteta starts going at him. Until, of course, Mad Dog Tyndall comes along and he runs away like a little brat. Pathetic behaviour from an Arsenal manager, really is. Considering how well he's done, he's got that team playing some fantastic football. He's got them top of the league, and he's had a hard time getting there. Let's not forget, a lot of Arsenal fans wanted him out the door before he had the chance to rebuild. But he's done a wonderful job there, and he's just really damaged his image for me last night in the pathetic way he went jumping around, always in the fourth official's ear. I mean, you talk about the penalty incident, all right? The penalty incident should never have happened because Joe Linton did not bring down Saka. Saka once again threw himself to the floor because he thought he'd been tripped over when he in fact kicked the back of Joe Linton's ankle. It should never have been a free kick in the first place, should never have been given. So for me, that says it all. It should never have been a penalty incident in the first place. Now, I'm not saying for 1 minute that Dan Burn didn't pull Gabriel's shirt, because he did. We kind of got away with one. However, what about Dan Burns in the first half when he is brought down by Gabriel and shoved to the floor by Thomas Partey? You can't. There has to be two sides to every story. We've had this before at Manchester United when, Wilson was fouled by Casemiro. We should have had another penalty later on. But we don't cry and whinge like these supporters do, man. It is ridiculous. Arteta should know better. Keith Hackett, the former Premier League referee, he put on Twitter that he was very surprised that he didn't get sent to the stands because of his behaviour. And quite frankly, it was a very, very weak fourth official, in my opinion. The refereeing was here and there. But the fourth official should have gone to the referee and said, "Ref, this is absolutely disgraceful. I'm getting a barrage load continually from the Arsenal manager. We need to do something about him." And, yellow card, then red card, off you go to the stands. Get rid of him. Simple as that. Because until these referees have the balls to clamp down on this sort of behaviour from managers on the sideline, it is not going to change. I could never, ever, ever imagine in a million years Eddie Howe acting like that. I can't. I just can't see it. And it's really sad because, like I say, before that game, I had a lot of utmost respect for Arteta for what he's done at Arsenal. He's got them playing wonderful football, top of the league. But listen, we're going to the league leaders who are 7 points clear, right? We're not going to go there and just play open football and let Arsenal, dominate us all the time on the counter-attack and score loads of goals. It doesn't work like that. Why should we go to the Emirates and concede loads of goals just to for Arsenal to be happy? I don't quite think so. It doesn't work like that in football, quite honestly. It does not work like that, and it's a sham to even think that it should. Now, I want to talk about Ty. Now, everybody will know Ty from AFTV. He is a bit of a bell end, okay? He thinks that everything should go in Arsenal's favour. This man is probably one of the most biased people there has ever been on a football channel, right? Now, he called us a nothing club last night. A nothing club. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. And Robbie, if you do watch this, have a word with him, mate, because that's absolutely shambolic to call Newcastle a nothing club. Look at the game and you tell me, did Arsenal have the guile to win the game? Did they do enough to win the game? When you look at what Nick Pope had to do as Newcastle United goalkeeper, he had one big save to make in that game from enquiries and saved it very well with his left leg. But apart from that, what did he have to do to make big saves in that game? So look at the players, Ty, and you have a look at Arsenal itself as to why they didn't win the game. They didn't win the game because they weren't good enough to score past us, because our defence is just bloody fantastic. Right? That was a very defensive game of football from Newcastle United last night. It had to be, because the Arsenal, we know, play really good football and come at you. But we held out and we played so well defensively that Nick Pope had one save to make. So if you're going to complain about things, complain about the lack of guile that your team had to score a goal. You know, it's getting ridiculous now to the point where if results go against the Big Six, then all hell breaks loose. All hell breaks loose in football. And it's pathetic. It gets on me nerves, man. It really does. You know, the entitlement of these people, the saltiness is, well, the saltiness is laughable, quite honestly, because it's just, you know, it is laughable. But the way they talk, I'm not having anybody talk about my club saying we are a nothing club. Because I tell you what you are, Ty, you're frightened. You and a lot of other of these fans are frightened because Newcastle United are now rising again and challenging the top of the league, where we should be. And it's bordering, it's just, you know, calling us a nothing club I'm not standing for, because we are something. We are a very big football club. We have a fantastic support base. We have fantastic fans who travel length and breadth of this country to support our club. Look at the amount of fans that were there last night. On a Tuesday night, we filled out the away end, Tie. That is a football club. That is support. You know, so don't you dare call us a nothing football club, because what we are, we can now play defensive, we can play attacking, we can play anywhere the damn well we want to get something from a football match. First half was very competitive. Second half, Arsenal had a lot of the ball, pressed us really well trying to get the winner, but you didn't. Right? And just because a couple of decisions go against you, all the tears come out. It's ridiculous. You need to take your Pampers and disappear and grow up. Arteta and Arsenal Football Club, grow up. Because it's absolutely disgraceful the way you're going on. I mean, you know, I thought Jurgen Klopp, I never thought I'd see anybody behave like him on the sidelines, but my God, Arteta didn't have to do that last night. It was ridiculous. And it's sad, really, because I've got a few Arsenal fans that subscribe to this channel who are really good people, really know the football. And I'd like to give a shout out to Rich from Over and Over Again, the Arsenal podcast. He actually praised Newcastle on his show last night. He praised Newcastle and said it was a dogged, determined performance. And Arsenal did need to look at themselves as to why they couldn't break us down. Right? He also said that Botman and Cher were one of the best centre-back pairings that he's seen in a very long time. That is a man who knows his football, an honest man. So a shout out to Rich for that. Absolutely brilliant comments. You don't find him sitting there crying like Ty last night. It was just ridiculous. I mean, you know, these people need to start watching more football matches and start enjoying themselves in life. Because when you act like that, it's just, you know, we had a good reason to scream and shout under Steve Bruce. You guys at Arsenal, you haven't got a clue what it's like, mate. You know, you keep on going on about, you know, oh, the new owners this, the new owners that. Jesus Christ, try 15 years under Mike Ashley, and then you'll understand why we were annoyed. You'll understand why we wanted him out, because of just surviving in the Premier League, no cup runs, no nothing. And now we've got owners who want success and will get success, and you guys just simply can't handle it. And it's laughable. It is laughable. So, you know, as I say, get your dummies, get your Pampers, go away for a couple of weeks, have a good think about it, have a good look in the mirror at yourselves, and start behaving like adults. Anyway, a little bit of transfer news has come from Newcastle United. Well, not so much the club, but overseas. And it looks like Newcastle United are close to bringing in Rio Valladolid's Ivan Fresneda. Of course, I mentioned him yesterday on the video that I did. It looks like it's close. A couple of Spanish journalists are claiming that he's actually said goodbye to his current teammates, which would say to me that a move is imminent. Now, whether that's to Newcastle or somewhere else, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see on that one. But it's very, very interesting that they've said that he said goodbye to his teammates. We know there's other clubs involved or interested in him. Now, whether we get Fresneda or he goes somewhere else, it looks like his time at Valladolid is up and he will be moving clubs. So if anything does happen, then obviously we'll bring it to you here on the Toon Review, because we do have a transfer show this afternoon if you're watching this on Wednesday at 5 o'clock. It's an earlier show tonight, but we will be going through any more names that have been linked with the club. And of course, any more breaking news that is coming out the club at the moment, we will bring it to you here on the Toon Review. But thank you very much for watching the show. If you do want to comment and let me know what you think of Arteta and Arsenal fans' behaviour. You know, I know people say, oh, don't bite to it, don't bite to it. But when you hear people saying that, you know, your club's a nothing club, despite the fact that we take thousands away from home, we fill every home game, we have a wonderful, wonderful fan base and wonderful owners, wonderful manager, wonderful team, and a wonderful ethic around this football club now. So when somebody like him turns out and says, you know, oh, it's a nothing club, you know, it's disgraceful, and I'm not just going to sit here and not defend my football club. I feel too passionately about Newcastle, as you well know, you know, to have somebody called a nothing club. So they really need to get a hold of themselves. But let me know in the comments what should happen to managers who behave like this on the touchline. You know, because it's bordering now on, it's getting very, very silly, actually. And of course, Fresneda, does he excite you? Is it possible? There's a lot of activity, actually, at St James's Park with Sky today, so I don't know whether that means anything, but we'll have to wait and see. But you'll hear it first here on the Toon Review. Thank you very much for watching today's video, guys. If you have enjoyed it, hit that like button, guys. It really does help us with the algorithm and search results on YouTube, and it really does help grow the channel. We've had a massive influx of subscribers, which does help as well, so thank you very, very much. You can see what we're up to at the minute. I think it's ticked over a couple while I've done this video, to be honest, so thank you very much for subscribing. We're very, very close now to 16,000, so if you are new and like what you see, do hit that subscribe button, which is free, and also the bell, which will let you know when we upload, go live, or schedule any live shows. But in the meantime, guys, have a fantastic Wednesday, and we'll see you for the transfer show. Take care.